Greetings! I am the human fighter guy, but you can just call me Guy. This is Skald against the Black Priory. It is a retro aesthetic, kind of like turn-based role-playing game, I guess. So, let's go. I guess it's supposed to be pretty hardcore. I think. Let's find out how hardcore this is. New game. Choose a visual style. Default is recommended. This can also be customized in the settings menu. Yeah, I'll just... Yeah, default. Should be fine. Welcome to character creation. Start by picking a difficulty for your playthrough. Difficulty can be changed during play. Okay. We got narrative, easy, normal, and hard. We'll go with normal. Normal mode is the game's intended difficulty setting. There's only very limited artificial smoothing of certain dice rolls. Okay. Next, select a class for your character. Classes define a character's role in the party by adding certain exclusive abilities. Continue. We got the Arms Master. Archetype, Warrior. The Arms Master is a warrior that does not have a specialized feat tree. Instead, the Arms Master has access to all the combat-centered feat trees, and they start with extra development points to represent their martial expertise. The main attributes for this class is Strength. Okay. Starting development points 11. Bard. No, I accidentally went to background. Wait, hang on. How do I... Whoops. No, I hit A and I didn't mean to. Yes, let's... Okay. Let's do this again. Okay. Normal. Continue. Alright. So yeah, we read that. Bard, which is a rogue, and I think this one got added in an update. The Bard mixes the rogue's decent combat skills and high maneuverability with the use of arcane magic. The main attribute for this class is Presence. Starting development point 7, HP level +3, magic +3, may wear light armor. Okay. Battle Magos? I assume mage. I'm just gonna say mage. The Battle Mage is a mage specialization in the destructive spells of the Fire Magic School. Unlike other magi, they also get access to a few basic combat-related feats and may wear light armor. The main attribute for this class is Intellect. Champion, which is a cleric. Okay, the champion is a cleric who excels in the use of blades and armor while still having limited divine spellcasting abilities. The main attribute for this class is Presence. Okay, so this is like a paladin. Okay, starting development point 7, HP +4, magic +4, may use any armor. Guild Mage. Guild Mage is a spellcaster who can develop all the different arcane spell schools fully. This comes at the cost of having absolutely no combat-related feats. The main attribute for this class is Intellect. Starting development points 11, HP +2, magic +4. Alright. Hierophant. A Hierophant is a cleric who can develop all the different divine spell schools fully. This comes at the cost of having absolutely no combat-related feats. The main attribute for this class is Presence. Starting development points 11, HP +4, magic +3. Hospitaller. Cleric. The Hospitaller is a cleric who serves as a frontline healer. Well armed and armored, they can stand their ground against overwhelming foes whilst also getting access to the highest tiers of the Body Magic School. Alright, the main attribute for this class is Presence. Starting development point 7. HP +4, magic +3, may use any armor, may use light and medium weapons of type club. Okay. I didn't scroll on any of the others. Officer. Warrior. Okay, the officer is a skilled warrior who serves as a force multiplier through their tactical skills, issuing orders across the battlefield. They vastly improve the performance of their fellow party members. The main attribute for this class is strength. Starting development point 7, HP +5, magic +0. May use any armor, may use all weapons of type blade, axe, club, and bow. Then we got Ranger, which is a warrior. The Ranger is a warrior specializing in range combat and with access to limited nature magic. The main attribute for this class is presence. Starting development point 7, HP +5, magic +2, may use any armor. May use all weapons of type blade, axe, club, and bow. And lastly, we have Thief, which is a rogue. The Thief is a rogue who uses stealth to set up devastating backstab attacks. The main attribute for this class is agility. Starting development point 7, HP +3, magic +0, may wear light armor, may use light and medium weapons of type blade, axe, club, and bow. I think we're going to go with Arms Master. And we're going to scroll down and see the rest of the details on it. But we're going to go with Arms Master. I mean, we're Human Fighter Guy, and this feels like Human Fighter Guy. HP +5, magic +0, may use any armor, may use all weapons of type blade, axe, club, and bow. We are an Arms Master. Select a background for your character. Backgrounds add points in skills, influence, starting conditions, and narrative content. Okay. Oh, that is a lot. Okay. Yeah, we're reading them all. We read all of the classes. We're gonna read all these backgrounds. Need a drink, or my throat's gonna get super dry. Now, obviously, we're not gonna pick any of the magic ones, but we'll read them still. Acolyte, you claim a connection with the divine that goes far deeper than most. Whether legitimate or not, you're always ready to dispense holy wisdom. That's why I needed a drink. Be it imperial gospel or the profane ramblings of the heretic. +5 attunement. Courtier? Okay, your time spent kissing noble arses has made you a master of navigating the cutthroat politics of the imperial lay courts. +1 awareness, +1 diplomacy. Criminal! You are an esteemed member of the Empire's teeming underworld with a special knack for getting in and out of places you shouldn't be. +1 stealth, +1 thievery. Entertainer. In equal parts despised and adored by the wealthy of the Empire, the traveling entertainer can make a pretty penny off their blinding charisma and nimble fingers. +1 diplomacy, +1 thievery. Ex-legionary. A member of the old breed, forged and tempered by the hardships of soldiering, you now belong to the ever-growing fraternity of fellow men and women with scarred bodies and broken minds who roam the Empire in search for a quiet piece of land to call home. +30 pound carrying bonus? Alright. That seems actually very useful. Guilder. Like so many of the Empire's young and promising, you were recruited into guild service at a fairly early age. As the saying goes, work for the illustrious guilds tends to leave you with gold in your purse and blood on your hands. +1 crafting, +1 diplomacy. Alright. Laborer. You've spent years toiling under the oppressive yoke of hard labor. Though it may not have left you with much coin in your pocket, it has given you an unnatural resistance to hardship. +1 toughness. Monastic. You have served one of the holy orders of the Empire from the safety of one of its walled monastic communities. Monastic? I don't know. Pray the world has not grown too cruel in your absence. +1 healing, +1 lore. I thought that said love for a second. That'd be nice. +1 love. Noble. And an individual of old blood. You learned long ago that wealth and connections tend to open doors that are otherwise closed to the filthy masses. +1 diplomacy, +1 lore. Nomad. You've spent years across the seas living with the desert nomads. Though ever the outsider, the nomads deemed you trustworthy enough to become an initiate in the mysteries of their pagan fire worship, plus 25% fire damage resistance. Sailor. You've heard the call of the mother of maelstroms, and salt water now runs in your veins. Whether on the deck of a gilder, caravel? Is that caravel? I can't really read it. Or manning the sails of a meager fishing sloop, you feel most at home when you're at sea. +1 athletics, +1 crafting. Sellsword. With the once mighty legions of the Empire in decline, this is an age of sellswords and mercenaries. There's no shortage of those willing to pay professionals to wreak violence on others, and you are very good at your job. +1 athletics, +3 vitality. I'll probably go with sellsword. Snake cultist. Writhing with serpents in darkened cellars and hidden temples has left you immune to the snake's kiss, plus 100% poison resistance. Oh. Street rat. Spending your formative years fending for yourself on the hard streets of the Empire's sprawling cities has left you with a preternatural instinct for surviving. No crime is too petty, no meat too mysterious. +2 initiative, +1 thievery. Thug. Punch first, ask questions later. You have perfected the noble art of solving problems with brute force. Vagabond. Having spent most of your teenage years on the road, you are a free spirit with no allegiance to any one person or place. Drifting from place to place, you go where there is work, food, and a warm bed to be had. +1 crafting, +1 survival. And then Wildling. As the light of civilization fades, the vast wilderness of the Empire encroach on the civilized folk. Thankfully, you don't count yourself among those. The sky is your temple, and the howling of wolves your litany. +1 stealth, +1 survival. That just seems really good. A sellsword? Yeah, we're gonna go with the sellsword. Like, it seems good. Continue. Okay, and now we're distributing points. Okay, to your primary attributes and skills. These go a long way towards defining your character mechanically. Alright. This is gonna suck. I think strength is my main attribute, so I should put like 3 into strength, and fortitude is probably health. Yeah. And then we'll put like 2 into that. Now skills. Athletics is pretty good. Okay. And what's survival? It is used to forage for food, navigate difficult overland terrain, and also determines a character's general knowledge of nature. Oh. What's awareness? I feel like we'll put another into athletics. General knowledge, maybe? Diplomacy is probably good. Let's put like 2 in diplomacy. Another in that, and what else should we do? Lore and awareness? And hope that doesn't suck? I think that seems good. Feats! These are the feats derived from your class. Distribute your development points in them to gain benefits and new abilities. Okay. Bred for war. Oh, can I not? Oh, I put a point into that. All right. Don't even know what it did. Oh, it increased athletics. Okay. And what does this do? Arms mastery, melee accuracy. Bow, axe. Well, I don't know what I'm going to use. Club damage, shield training, sword, two-handed. I don't know. Charger. What is that? That so I can like... I don't know. So... well, putting more points... does it just unlock this, or... I don't know how that works. Or does that point just kind of go nowhere? Two-handed expert. Is this the only... like, tree? I guess that makes sense. Vicious. Increased light armor. I don't really want that. Increased medium. Ah, okay. So I need to put a point into all those if I want to do that. I think I want two-handed. I think I want to go two-handed with this character. Not today. What is not today? Two-handed heavy armor? Maybe? Or should I do sword and shield and heavy armor? I don't know. I think... oh, it doesn't unlock that right away, just putting 1 point into it. Interesting. Okay. So probably shield. Well, actually, I could do shield and axe. I don't know what I'm gonna have with me though, so probably sword and shield would be best. Wow, you really, yeah, you do have to put, so if I put 3 more, I'll unlock smashing charge. Or, character must be level 5. Okay, okay. Okay, I understand now. Alright. Probably want to increase toughness just to... wait. Oh, for this one it doesn't. Wait, so do I want to... yeah, because we want heavy. Seems good, I guess. What if I take 2 away from those and I put them in that? I think that's good. Maybe. Hopefully that's good. Okay, finalize your character by editing their appearance. Honestly, that's kind of fine. We might go with this, yeah. Does the style match the... It does not. Okay, we'll go with that, I guess. I mean, the hair color matches, so we'll go with that. And yeah, that's fine. I don't really like green all too much, but kind of matches this. And yeah, this is purely cosmetic. Yeah, this is fine, I guess. Alright, we're good. Name! Oh yeah, we're just Guy. That took just 20 minutes. Prologue. On the wine-dark raging seas of the Outer Isles, a lone caravel. I really wish I knew what that is. Caravel? I've never seen that word or heard that word. I guess it's that type of ship. Struggles against the winds and waves towards the accursed island of Idra, or Idra. I like Idra. The moan of creaking timbers, the tang of preserved fish. Your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness of the ship's dimly lit hold. Suddenly, something strikes the hull, and the ship rocks violently. Your heart begins to pound, and a feeling of unease grows in your stomach. Well, I guess, I'm gonna be well-rested. Rise, well-rested and ready to go. You get to your feet and become aware of agitated voices shouting up on deck. Something is not right. You should make your way up top and get a bearing on the situation. Be on your way. Oh. Interactables 1. Moving the cursor over an interactable object will make a yellow outline appear. Use right trigger to interact with an object and press left trigger to examine it. Okay. Holding the left trigger will highlight all interactable objects in view. Some objects are hidden and won't be highlighted until they are spotted. Alright. Interesting. So what is this? A desk with a maritime navigation map. The map is labeled the Outer Isles, and the course is drawn towards an island named Idra. Dagger and a light club. Alright, well, I guess I'll loot that. Picked up some items. What is this? I guess it's on the other side. Alright, to your surprise, you realize that this door has been locked from the outside. It doesn't budge. Perhaps you could slip the lock with a thin blade or use something to smash it? Okay, if you've not already done so, you must equip a weapon. Press the X button on the controller to manage your equipment. Select items using the cursor to examine and use it. Select an item and press the A button to use it. For weapons and armor, this means the item becomes equipped. Note that you can also press right trigger with the cursor over selected item to use it. Equipped items are moved to the relevant equipment slot. Okay. What does this button do? Oh, okay. I guess I saved. Okay, inventory. Equipped. Okay, that's gold. Alright. Now let's smash it. Use club. Unlocked. Using the club, you smash the lock in a fell swoop. The door begins to creak open. As the door swings open, you can now clearly make out cries from the deck above. You should make haste. Okay. I spotted something. Oh, short sword. Yeah, I want all this. Okay, let's loot all of that. Inventory. Let's equip that. Might as well equip that. And that. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. Oh, you stop dead as you narrowly avoid stepping in a rust-red puddle. The stench of blood fills your nostrils, and as you look around in the dim light of the hold, you realize someone, or something, fought for their life here. The same moment the thought hits you, a hiss sounds from the shadows. You squint towards the shadows as a hunched, feral-looking form slowly sinks forward. Tiny, distinguishably human-like hands, yellow fangs, and a grotesquely dexterous pink tail leave no doubt of the creature's rodent nature. Though as it emerges from the shadows, it becomes abundantly clear that what may have started life as a common ship rat has now grown into something that has no right to exist. A second hiss sounds behind you, and the abominations lunge at you. Attack. Initiative. In combat, characters act in order of initiative. You can view the initiative order by using the initiative widget on the left side of the screen. Moving the cursor over the widget makes it pop out. Note that moving the cursor over a name will make that character's outline flash on the battlefield. The widget on the lower right side represents the character's action points. The yellow pips represent movement points. The violet pips represent attacks. You can move a number of tiles each combat equal to your movement points and attacks. But spending attacks to move means you won't be able to attack that turn. This is a good way of moving extra far. Performing an attack will clear out all remaining movement points. In other words, attacking will end the character's turn in most cases. Tactical view. Holding left trigger in combat brings up the tactical overlay and makes it easier to see the exact positioning of characters and the underlying grid. In the settings menu, you could toggle the tactical overlay to be always on during the player's turn. Death or glory. Deploy your party. Ooh, okay, I might want to, yeah. Yeah, haha. Piercing damage, oh. Yeah, the other one can't do anything because they're blocked. Victory. Gained 117 experience. Yeah, let's loot those rat tails. Conditions. You have contracted a disease from your fight with the rats. You may see what conditions are affecting you by opening the character sheet. Press the Y button to do so. Not all conditions are negative. Negative conditions can often be cured by magic or rest. This disease can be cured by a potion. Pick up and equip the lantern to search the area. Hint, some containers are hidden until your character spots them. Oh. Oh. Okay. Inventory. Okay. Lantern. Alright. Now I have that equipped. Exit. Sure. I can't help myself. I have to loot. You emerge onto the ship's lower deck. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you become aware of a hulking figure standing in the shadows. Guy! Here at last! Growls a rough voice. Who's there? Show yourself. It's Roland. Where the tides have you been? Wow, that's aggressive. I'll just say below decks. Alright, below decks, planning our landing. Why? The island is in sight, but the damn Guilders refuse to land. They want to turn back. At the girl? Ah, okay. Okay, if we turn back, we lose our shot at the girl. I don't know who the girl is. And no one gets paid. Listen here. I know our boys better than most. We've hired them to go to Hydra and kill. If we don't pay them, things will go bad quickly. But the sailors are bloody terrified. They claim something is hunting us. Alright, well, let's go for all the good it will do. Wait. There are a few sailors up ahead, rattled as a pair of rabbits. Alright, is there a way past them? There are 2 doors ahead. Take the left, and we should be able to sneak past them without any trouble. Alright, famous last words. Motioning for you to take the lead, Roland falls in behind you. From above, agitated shouts can be heard. New character. You've added a new character to your party. Press right bumper or the character portraits to swap the party leader. The current leader's attributes are used for tests outside combat, such as for awareness or stealth. Familiarize yourself with the attributes and abilities of your party members and have the right character take the lead depending on the circumstances. When a new member joins your party, they level up to your current level. The level up icon on your party member's portrait shows that a character is ready to level up. Press the X button and go to the Feats tab to begin leveling up. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, and then I probably have to switch. Are they an arms master too? Dang it! What are their abilities? Or their attributes? I want to see that. Is this their attributes? They're the exact same thing as me. Like, the exact same thing. Alright. Alright, Roland. What do you have inventory-wise? Oh, okay, you have two-handed. Alright, so I'm gonna make you a two-hander. And what is this you got here? You have light armor right now? Alright, well... let's... put a point here. And then, we're actually gonna put... a lot of the kind of same stuff, I guess. Just they were going two-handed. Should I put 3 more points? Yeah, I can make them really strong with this, and then... I don't know, let's increase their toughness. And... their toughness. Alright, save and exit. Oh, who has the better stealth? So, attributes. Who's stealthier? Alright, one. Okay, we both suck. That's great. I'm so glad we're being stealthy. Okay, the one on the left is stealth. Okay, press the hide button to go into stealth mode. You might also press left joystick to enter stealth mode. Okay. When in stealth mode, the stealth indicator becomes visible. A yellow indicator means you're in danger of being spotted. While your indicator is yellow, it will count down to 0%. When it reaches 0%, you are spotted and will become visible. Moving in lit areas and being close to other characters will make the counter go down very fast. Stick to shadows and avoid other characters. Your ability to stay hidden is dictated by your stealth skill. Increase the skill to stay hidden for longer. Wearing armor makes it harder to stay hidden. If the indicator turns green, it means you are no longer in danger of being spotted. Spending time in green areas will refill your stealth meter. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, that's going quick. Oh, yeah, that's about... I went the wrong way. Alright, the sailors stare at you wide-eyed and terrified. Dead Emperors! It's coming for us! It whispers to me! One of them draws a weapon with shaking hands. Okay, let's try. Diplomacy verse 10. Calm yourself. You're guild sailors. Okay, dice roll test. Diplomacy 3 plus 2d6. Guy must roll 7 or above on 2d6 to succeed on this diplomacy skill check. Okay. Success! You bring glory upon thine ancestors. Did it. The men stop dead in their tracks, seemingly shocked back from their momentary lapse of sanity by your words. The pair blinks towards you in a moment of indecision and then stumbles up to the main deck and the tumult that seems to be taking place there. Yeah, I figured stealth was not going to work for me. Okay, those are oh god, I was going to search more. Okay, mutiny. You emerge onto the deck and see two groups of men facing each other with weapons drawn. The ship shakes violently in the grip of a storm as lightning tears across the sky. Amidst the din of the storm and their frantic arguments, you bellow for the attention of the assembled crewmen and mercenaries. Both the ship's captain and the leader of the mercenaries you hired, a coarse thug of a man named Estavo, turn their attention to you. They look ready to use the unsheathed weapons in their hands at the slightest provocation. Alright, we're on their ship, so I'm gonna address the ship's captain first. They're the captain of the ship. You direct your attention to the ship's captain. You know him to be a reasonable but suggestible man. At present, his usually placid eyes are wild with panic or anger. Okay, I sound like a jerk either way. Alright, why have we not dropped anchor? Something dire strikes these shores. We cannot approach without risking the ire of that horror. A jittery mutter of agreement rises from the sailors, causing Estavo's eyes to darken even further. What horror? What have you seen? Not but glimpses. My men have seen the shadow of something deep in water, stalking us. Nothing natural moves like that. Estavo glares murderously at the captain. Okay, well, you go back on our deal based on a glimpse? There's desperation in the captain's voice. We are seasoned sailors. We do not balk at shadows. You need to be alive to rescue this girl you speak of. We're out of time. Sail us in or argue the point with Estavo. Estavo turns his steely gaze from you to the captain. Let me spell this out for you, sea dog. We contracted to rescue the girl, but if you don't get us to the shore, we'll gut you for free. The mercenaries you hired all shift their weight in anticipation of making good on that promise. Captain, he's right. Do what you were hired to do. Something changes in the captain's expression. He stands tall. I will not order my ship and my men to certain doom. We shall not get any closer to the coast while I have command. Let's try diplomacy again. Diplomacy verse 10. I believe you, but my contract with these men does not mention your survival. Alright, I need to roll a 7 again. Ooh, okay. Success. I freaking got a 10. Alright. Putting that diplomacy to work. I think I put points in diplomacy, didn't I? That was so long ago. A few of the ship's crew lower their weapons. The captain's eyes flit between you and Estavo's murderous grin. He sheathes his blade and speaks softly, his voice barely audible over the snapping sails. So be it. May the deep have mercy. You gain 300 experience. Suddenly, huge monstrous tentacles burst from the water around the ship. Oh, maybe we should have listened to the captain. For a split second before the terror sets in, you wonder what Estavo must be thinking as the monstrosities loom over him. After reaching their full height, the tentacles curve inwards and smash into the ship. Some pierce straight through the deck, others snap the mast like they were matchsticks. You stand frozen in place. Through a haze of splintered wood and panic screams, you notice Roland. He throws himself out of the way of a tentacle, but begins to fall overboard as the ship lurches once more. Let's go to Roland's aid. You dash towards the ship's fractured rail, dodging holes in the deck and wounded men beseeching you for help. Roland hangs by one arm from the side of the ship. Okay, try to grab him. You lunge for Roland's arm, but he loses his grip, and your fingers close only around thin air. You missed him by an inch. He falls wordlessly downwards. Dang. Okay, continue. You watch as he is swallowed by the raging sea. The ship is listing fatally, and you see the great tentacles high above you, poised for the coup de grace. Abandon ship! As you jump, you hear the terrible rending of wood giving in to flesh. The impact of the water winds you. The waves pummel you down. The currents beseech you to go deeper, ever deeper. Peaceful blackness. Sink. Two weeks earlier. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. That it goes 2 weeks earlier. But this is the unspoken rule of fantasy RPGs. There are two ways for you to start your adventure. You are either on a ship that crashes, or you start in prison. Those are the two options. You are a prisoner, or you are on a ship that crashes. Those are the ways you start a fantasy adventure. All right. Come here, whelp. Why do you call me a whelp? Kydian? An aging armored man in the livery of House Baron stands and scowls at you. Eyes like coal peer out from a craggy face, fringed top and bottom with wild white hair. No, return his challenging stare. The older man crosses his massive arms, steps forward, and leans towards you. So, young sellsword, come looking for a scrap, have you? Though his voice is full of gravel, there's now a glint in his eyes, as though the old coals have begun to warm up. Kydian, you old fool! Single bark of laughter emanates from the dense beard as he embraces you in a crushing bear hug. Kydian may be older and grayer, but from the force of his hug, you don't reckon you have any more chance of beating him now than you did as a 12-year-old. It's good to see some things haven't changed. Kydian steps back and allows you to breathe again, before grabbing you by the shoulders. We heard of your father's passing. Truly, he sits with the golden dead now. Tell me, how did he die? Drunk and reeking of his own piss? Jeez. Inglorious battle at my side. Kydian's eyes narrow. Then the old warrior died a fitting death. Guardian is quiet for a moment, then breaks into a grin. We'll raise a cup to his name together, you and I. Soon as you're done with, Kato? And I can rustle up some ale fit for a guest. Guardian, why am I here? Master Kato, that's one thing about fantasy stuff. I'm always like, how do you pronounce any of these? I hope I'm saying it right. Will chew your ear plenty when you see him. Guy. Lyra, the new Master in Arms, awaits you by the main entrance. She'll escort you, and don't ask her not to, if you think I had a temper. The joke fails to hide the note of anxiety in the grizzled house guard's voice. Diplomacy verse 15? Ooh, I don't think I can do that. Ooh, that's quite high. But I'll try. Hey, what are you hiding from me, old boar? Alright, oh, there's no way! I have to roll a 12. No shot can I roll a 12. You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me! That's insulting. That irritates me more than if I would have got a a low roll. The fact that I got an 11. Oh, that's... You have been found wanting. Oh, man. I won't betray my master's confidence by saying more. Best you see him yourself. The man offers a smile, but it fails to iron out the concerned creases around his eyes. Alright, very well. I'll go look for the Master at Arms. If you want to explore, for old time's sake, take this lantern. Lord Barian... Because I said Baron before. I think it's Baron. We'll wait, and we don't want you getting lost in the hedge maze again. The man laughs heartily and hands you a small brass lantern. Whatever may come to pass, it did this old warrior a barrel of good to see you again, boy. The old man slaps you on the shoulder in parting, almost knocking you off balance. He then seems to remember something as he leans in conspiratorially. My damn knees are acting up again. Can't hardly sleep on account of the aches, let me tell you. I'd take an arrow in the leg any day. If you're going over to the kitchen later for a bit of grub, a bottle of brandy from the wine cellar would make me a happy man. Guardian shifts as if to emphasize his stiff knees. But first, don't keep Lyra waiting any longer. Talk to her first, and I'll be here for later. Okay. The boar's medicine. Alright, should actually go to the inventory and equip the lantern. Woof. Alright. It must be Lyra. A woman stands before the main entrance to the villa. Her posture speaks of a graceful, coiled power, that of a dueling ace. No doubt she is the new master-at-arms for House Baron. As you approach, she offers a quick, neat bow. It's clearly bow, not bow. She's not offering me a bow. Just low enough to be respectful. Greetings, Guy. Master Kato welcomes you back to House Baron. The Master is eager to meet with you and is ready at your leisure. However, if you wish to refresh yourself first, he suggests you visit the kitchen for some food and then perhaps walk the grounds and gardens. Alright, very well. I shall explore a bit. Excellent. Though I'm sure you still know your way around the grounds, the kitchen is in the building to the east and the garden and hedge maze is to the west. Come back and check in with me once you've stretched your legs. Okay. So, building to the east. Here, Master Kato isn't seeing anyone. This looks like a hedge maze. Because that's west. You moron. Alright. You enter the kitchen and a pair of scullions offer a hurried bow. It's all so much quieter, emptier, and gloomier than you remember. Of course, old Magda is no longer where she used to be, sitting by the oven, kind, red-faced, and tending a shank of lamb. Reminisce. You remember the matronly woman as she sat, humming to herself, pouring fat over the roasting meat? Child, come here, will you? Magda was always a beacon of kindness in a childhood where such qualities were few and far between. Go to Magda. Magda clasps you gently with her tubby hand. Alright, that's just... Why'd I have to say her hands are tubby? Have you eaten yet? Before you can answer, she produces a small bundle of treats from her apron and hands it to you. As son to the master of arms for the greatest house, Baron, you did not go wanting. Materially, at least. Well, thank you. Magda looks at you with kind eyes as you pick at the bundle. He's here again, down in the cellar. He's not so good, my child, sleeping now, but it would be best if you got him to bed before his men see him like this again. The knot in your stomach is as real now as it was when you were 12. I'll go get him. Don't worry, he won't make a fuss. He just needs time. You know, Guy. Deep wounds take a long while to heal. The old woman turns back to her meat and resumed her meandering humming. The sound of a man clearing his throat snaps you back out of your reminiscing. May I help you, my lord? The man in a chef's outfit offers in a hoarse voice. Oh. Okay, now I'm in the cellar. Empty bottles litter the floor of this room. You chuckle to yourself as you imagine the kitchen staff in their wine tasting sessions. No doubt much revelry has taken place here. Then a cool gust of air from the passage to the north. The wine cellar lies that way, and you can almost hear faint sobbing. Ghost, no doubt. What? Ghost! A lantern. I don't need another lantern. You're gripped by a long-hidden memory upon entering this part of the cellar. You sealed it away, but in doing so preserved its strength, and now it demands freedom. You can still recall smelling him before you can make out his writhing shape in the dim light of the cellar. Mistress Valeria, open the door! Your father doesn't even notice you in the throes of his intoxicated ramblings. How could they take her? Her chambers were locked from inside. Where is she? Try to shake some sense into him. Your father jolts upright, the bloodshot whites of his eyes glaring out of the darkness. We found her, wandering the forests outside the estate. Mistress Valeria. Help him stand. Haltingly and leaning heavily on you, your father manages to stand. She was never the same. Whatever happened broke her. It was the girl, you know. The seed was planted in Valeria that night. How could you know? You were but a babe yourself. Okay, that just sounds gross. You help lead the now sobbing man out of the cellar. Stop it, father. Lord Kato trusted me, and I failed him. But Valeria was the one to pay the price. Mine broken, and that spawn of a child. Yeah. It was gross. It was gross. Your father's voice seethes with fury. Enough! Don't talk back to me, you bastard! What do you know about honor? As much as your harlot mother. Okay, alright now. Alright, we're gonna throw hands right now. We're gonna throw hands! I'll read this first. Your father steps away from you unsteadily, tears streaming down his contorted face. We're throwing hands! Strike the man! You draw a ragged breath and snap out of the memory. Your knuckles white. You're alone in the damp cellar, and don't particularly feel like dwelling there. I'm just trying to find some alcohol, man. Brandy! That's all I wanted. I'll keep investigating, though. Ooh. I'll pick up the cheddar. Why not? Okay, none of that is stuff I can get. Okay. The chef offers a short bow and a tired but sincere smile. I'm Chef Armand, and my humble kitchen is at your disposal, my lord. Sadly, I was told of your arrival only minutes ago, and my oven must be fired up again. You must be famished. Indeed I am. My suggestion is thusly: while I stoke the fire, you run down in the pantry and fetch some cured ham and cheddar cheese. I will then teach you how to cook my renowned melted cheese sandwich, and you shall never want for an evening meal for as long as you live. Very well. Splendid. The pantry is west of the wine cellar, and the cheese is kept in the northernmost room. Return when you have the cured ham and cheddar, and I shall provide bread and instructions. Now venture forth into the underworld. Okay, I don't need to ask about the brandy, because I already have the brandy. I didn't grab ham, though. Okay. Ah, here's the ham. Alright. I almost grabbed everything in time. Alright. Teach me how to make this ham and cheese sandwich. Hey, I have the ham and cheese. Perfect. First of all, here's some bread. Now the cauldron is quite empty. I'm hungry now. And just warm enough for you to use. Remember, you need both the bread, ham, and cheese to make the perfect sandwich. Now, go give it a try and bring me the result. I shall see if you have it in you. Alright. I just turned... Whoops. Okay. Wait, how do I do this? Wait, how do I cook again? Oh, this pot right here. Okay, there we are. Okay, crafting. This is the crafting screen. To create new items, place ingredients in the workstation grid, and then press craft. If the recipe is valid, new items will be created. Alright. The recipe list in the left column represents known recipes. You learn new recipes by experimenting or by finding recipe books out in the world. Recipes that can currently be crafted are shown in green. Selecting a green recipe will automatically add all of the necessary ingredients to the workstation. Crafting is dependent on the crafting skill. Crafting a valid recipe will always succeed, but depending on your skill and the recipe's difficulty, there's a chance you may produce more than one item. Oh. We are going to make a cheese sandwich. Alright, let's craft. Chef Armand wanders back and forth, tending the fire and keeping his kitchen tidy. Alright, yeah. Present the sandwich for inspection. Armand wafts the scent of the grilled sandwich towards his nose. Ah, the crust of the bread, the softness of the cheese, the savoriness of the ham. Perfection! You shall indeed never again go hungry in the night. Oh, I really want a ham and cheese sandwich now. Man, that got me hungry. After this part, I might get some food. Keep saying part. Episode. I call them episodes, not parts. I don't really need to go in the hedge maze right now. I will after I talk to him. Hey, I have your medicine. Ah, that's some fine foraging, young whelp. Before you can get a word in, Kaidian snatches the bottle, uncorks it, and drinks deeply. The old man, eyes closed in relief, lets out a deep sigh. May your sleep be dreamless, he speaks as if to himself. May your sleep be dreamless? Kaidian smiles sadly, an old soldier's greeting, something one mercenary would say to another as a prayer to not dwell on painful memories, the kind that comes with the work. Your father and I, Kaidian halts momentarily and looks at you. Father and I would always part with those words. Now I've held you long enough, be on your way. Alright, let's go to the garden. Oh, perhaps I am just going to talk to those people. Charmed, I'm sure. Not particularly, no. Who are you, and why are you? You'll find the kitchen in the eastern end of the courtyard. The garden and hedge maze is to the west, and I needn't remind you that it's a poor idea to enter the maze without a lantern. Have a good evening, my lord. Well, I already have a lantern. Okay. You stand before the gate to the hedge maze. It stirs old feelings of both dread and elation. The sounds and smells of the estate grounds, as they were long ago, call to you from distant memory. You feel you could easily plunge into their depths. Let yourself go and remember. Which daydream is it this time? Are you valiantly defending me from rebels again? Embla throws a pinecone at you, snapping you from your reverie. She's 10 years old, and you're a year her senior. Let's play hide and go seek in the maze. I'll hide. You faintly hear someone yell her name from the distance. You better run, star child. Only my mother ever calls me that, Embla says, frowning. Where did you hear it from? Before you can reply, she flings another pinecone at you and darts off into the maze. Give chase. You hear a man's voice yell Embla's name again, much closer now. Either way, she's lost to you in the winding passages of the hedge maze. Your memory tugs at you, urging you on to the center of the maze. Okay. I say, I'm quite lost. Alright, maybe you should, try to walk. You stand at the center of the maze. It feels much less impressive than you remember. The ornamental pond was once an ocean, the rock at its heart a windswept island. You found me, daydreamer. You remember the tone of her voice, and can almost see the impish 10-year-old girl wading through the pond. Why do you always come here? I like the water. It's so calm. Embla shoots you a mischievous look. You notice the faintest tang of ozone. She makes a slow-motion hop through the water, her fingers trailing the pond surface where water and skin meet. Strange colors bleed and spread across the surface. What's going on? Okay, Embla, you'll get in trouble. Stop it. Embla moves her fingers across the water surface like a painter's brush. Colors spill across the pond, and for a sleeping moment, you fancy that you can see cloud-topped mountains. Or was it the ramparts of an impossibly large city, reaching towards the heavens? The silence is shattered by a shout, along with the beguiling images. Mr. Embla, the master requests you in the house, immediately. That's my father. Something's wrong. It's mother. She's ill again. I think I caused it, with what I can do. It poisons her mind. How long until mother isn't mother? Or until father isn't lord? Or your father isn't master at arms? How long will any of it last? Why are you talking like this? Do you ever feel like everything is a lie? Like there's a veil that covers everything, but in some parts it's thin enough to see through? Embla starts as your father steps breathily into the enclosed garden. He's red-faced from exertion and anger. Young lady, you can't run off like this. The whole estate is looking for you. Your mother is ill and needs you. Now! Say nothing. Your father shoots you a stern glance. I'll deal with you later. Embla says nothing as your father grabs her by the arm and hauls her past you, back to the house. She doesn't meet your eyes as you pass. Finding yourself back in the present, a chill has crept into your bones. You best move on. Do I just head back? Yeah, alright. I don't know if there's more to do there, but... Whoops. Sorry. Sorry, I messed with your fire. There you are. If your nostalgia is appeased... Damn it. There you are. If your nostalgia is appeased, the master will see you now. Alright, let's go. Very well. If it pleases you, the master is in his office, just ahead. And no, once you meet with the master, things may move quickly, and you may not have another chance to walk the grounds. Yes, I remember the way. I suppose you do, but I'll escort you nonetheless. A flicker of a smile plays across your face, and she beckons for you to lead the way. Okay. The opulence is faded, the shadows longer. Clearly much has changed since the last time you were here. Alright, try to remember how long it's been. It's been years, perhaps decades since you were here. Not since your father was the house arms master, not since... You must have your wits about you, and perhaps now is not the time to dwell on painful memories. I'm curious, not since your father's exile. You were no more than 12 when you were driven from the household. Hard were the years that followed. The mercenary life is bloody and unforgiving. Those years stole your childhood, and eventually they took your father too. But your father had always insisted, to his dying breath, that his failure had been his own, that he had gotten the fate he deserved. The memories are painful nonetheless. Alright, be on your way. Flanking the doorway are two marble statues. The craftsmanship is stunning, but the sight of the two women depicted fills you with sadness. Examine them. One you recognize immediately. Valeria Baron, the mistress of the house. You remember her as a gray ghost, absent and unwell. The other statue depicts the girl you once knew so well, Embla Baron, the daughter of the house, and now a woman grown, strong and clear-eyed. Her likeness has none of her mother's cowed timidness. How is Mistress Valeria these days? The mistress is vacationing in the countryside, Lyra answers curtly. And what of Embla? Lyra's eyes flicker ever so slightly. We should hasten to Master Baron. He's long been impatient to see you. Okay, be on your way. Kato Baron sits tall in a tasteful but modest reception room. He looks less imposing than you remember, and with a few more crow's feet. Nonetheless, he's lost none of his composure or air of casual authority. You take a seat across a formidable desk from him. This study, like the rest of the villa, is half-lit, giving a morose cast to its opulence. The older man's face creases into a tired but genuine smile, which momentarily lifts some of the room's oppressive mood. It's a mercy to see you again, your own man and in your prime, Kato says before a frown consumes his smile. It's just a shame our reunion is overshadowed by the fates of those we love, but perhaps, together, we can yet improve our collective circumstances. So you know my father is dead. Kato leans forward, hands clasped beneath his chin. I shan't deny it. I was saddened to hear of his passing, despite everything. I remember him fondly. No need to dwell on the past. Kato is caught off guard for a moment before letting out a deep breath. Then the years have bestowed you with wisdom. I am glad, for it has forsaken the house of Baron. Why have you called me here? Embla is missing. Kato's voice quivers momentarily, betraying his stoic features. Now I beg of you, Guy, help me find my daughter. Help her return home, where she belongs. My giggle kind of ruined the mood a little bit. Why me? Is it not obvious? You've clearly grown to inherit your father's resourcefulness, and besides, Embla has trusted you since before either of you could speak. Alright, what's happened to her? She left without notice, a week ago. From the scant clues we had, we believe she boarded a ship bound for one of the outer isles, Idra. She went of her own free will. At the time, I thought little of it. Kato begins to glower. Since then, however, there have been reports. Grave ones. Reports? No one, and no word, has left Idra in days. Rumor has it even the Imperial augurs are in the dark. I know not how this touches the fate of my daughter, but she must be returned to me one way or another. Any idea why she left? Something has been building in her for years, an aptitude of sorts, but I suspect you already knew. In any case, it's grown much stronger lately, and drives her in ways I cannot understand. I suspect she is looking for answers. But why Idra? Why indeed? There is little on the island save the port of Orin. If Idra was her destination, she must have landed there. Orin? Yes, an old imperial port and home to a few hundred whalers, traders, and the occasional smuggler. We can only speculate as to what drew her there, but it's our only lead. Okay, you mentioned her aptitude. An aptitude of the worst kind. It does not spring from the canonical imperial praxis. Instead, it comes from elsewhere. It is the kind the Empire does not suffer to exist. I hope it's only answers that she seeks. Okay, I see. What can I do? Hire mercenaries, travel to Hydra, and begin your search in the port of Horin. From there, I trust you to do what needs to be done. Spare no cost, just bring back my daughter. Mercenaries? Yes, if nothing else, the port will be dangerous enough. That is why I have summoned a Roland Greyeye to me, a crude but effective sellsword that I made good use of before. He shall accompany you on the task. Roland Greyeye. The man is a grizzled veteran. He may have slowed with age, but his experience and reliability more than make up for it. He's also much respected by similar men, and so will be instrumental in hiring a reliable crew. I'll take it into consideration. Kato shows you his upturned palms, beseeching, I know this thing I ask of you is fraught with danger, but this is your chance at improving your fortune, materially and in honor. What say you? I accept, for Embla's sake. Kato smiles softly, visibly relieved, and for a moment he looks like the man you remember. Have you any final questions or matters to discuss? Time is, as I'm sure you appreciate, of the essence. Let's just get on with it. Kato stands with poorly concealed effort, and Guy, you stand and meet his gaze. Return her to me. There's no other outcome of this affair. Shake his hand and leave. Ugh. That was a gross sound. Okay, how do I get out of this? I'm just... Water blocks your path. Is there a way I can go? Guy reaches level 2. Oh. Okay. And I have points to distribute. Okay, perhaps... Injured arm ended. Okay, perhaps I will deal with this in the next part. Figure out how to get out of this water. So, farewell for now. And I hope to see you again in the next episode.